When I was in middle school and high school, I was considered by my classmates and my teachers to be a pretty good student. I never skipped lessons and I did quite well in most of my classes, consistently holding a 90% and above average. Outside of class, I was part of the varsity cross country, track and field, and swimming team, and I was even good enough to compete abroad twice or 3 times a year. I took part in student government, performed in and produced plays. I often volunteered and took part in charity events as well. A lot of my friends at the time noticed that I was doing a lot in class and in extracurricular activities, and would compliment me saying that I was smart, or that I was really creative, talented, or very hardworking. I always hesitated to accept these compliments because I knew, or I felt, that they weren't true. Actually, to be honest, I feel like nothing could be further from the truth. When I observed and compared myself to my peers, there were many others who were much, much smarter than me. People who had insane and super enviable natural talent, and others who would outwork me twice or 3 times over. If I'm being honest, I did the absolute minimum that I needed to do to get the grade point average that I wanted. And when it came to sports, I was always good enough to get into the best team, but was never the best in the school. In retrospect, the only thing that allowed me to stand even remotely close to those with intellectual, physical, and creative advantages over myself was discipline. Now, there are plenty of self-help books and literature that exists out there on the topic, but I wanted to share some thoughts on how to start and continue being disciplined. I feel like discipline is something that we have to pull from within, but there are a few things that can influence how quickly we apply it and how long we can apply it for. For me, the most important thing is to have a goal. My goal in high school was simple. It was to go to university in the US. And in order to do this, I not only needed to have decent grades, but participate in extracurricular activities that could strengthen my application. I researched the requirements for the schools I wanted to go to, took note of them on post-it notes, and kept it in the binder I brought to school every day. This reminded me about what to aim for as an absolute minimum. I'm naturally the type of person who was curious about many things, and this would always pull me away from one activity to another. I was also a massive procrastinator, and I'm still very embarrassed to admit that. The only time I found myself being truly disciplined about the classes was just a few days before a deadline. I'm able to study lots and produce high quality work in a span of 3 to 4 days. When I succeeded, it was proof to me that I could do well if I had a goal and consciously put my whole mind and effort to it. The reason I could do this was because I was able to fight against my natural tendency of inconveniently timed curiosity and procrastinating by reminding myself about my bigger goal. And when I put that goal in front of me, I was able to stay disciplined about completing the required task. This also stayed true when I eventually achieved my goal and found myself studying in the US. I spent time once more thinking about what I wanted to achieve next, which was to work for an international firm in Japan, and took note of the things I needed to accomplish in order to get there. This goal acted as my North Star, and helped me stay on course whenever I drifted too far off and lost focus. And while I wouldn't say that I was disciplined every day, I was disciplined enough to be able to achieve what I wanted. Setting this goal again helped me work consistently to commit to certain smaller targets, and I eventually maintained a strong enough work ethic to help me get to the firm that I am at today. I'm always working towards some kind of goal that is linked to improving my state of life. The emotional attachment I have to this dream acts as fuel that helps me push through times when I don't feel like working hard, or feel really tired or uninspired. To come up with this goal, I would recommend reflecting on the things that you like and don't like about your life, and finding out either through research or seeking advice what solution would be able to elevate the good things and eliminate the bad things in your state of life today. Working in Japan for me meant getting a higher wage than many other countries, while maintaining a certain level of independence, but being close enough to home compared to the US that I'd be able to connect with my family more easily. Another interesting thing I observed about discipline was that the more I found myself doing a particular task and seeing small incremental improvements, the easier it was to stay committed. Since graduating from high school, I didn't continue many of the sports I was involved in. Instead, started going to the gym for exercise. For those of you who know or who've tried getting into the habit of working out, you know that the first day is always the hardest, and we will always have excuses as to why we need to push our workout to tomorrow. But nothing was more satisfying than hitting a new PR on the deadlift or doing an additional rep on the pull-up bar. Small signs of improvement like this really helped me to stay motivated and reassured me that I was taking steps in the right direction. It also helped that people noticed these changes in my physique, and their compliments were definitely a self-esteem boost. Setting a fixed time to go to the gym, doing things like packing my gym gear the day before, and not allowing myself to start a new task when I got home also helped me a lot since it removed all the inertia from my workout. This essentially is all about removing the obstacles and challenges that prevent you from doing your task or make you want to stop. Removing distractions and staying focused are essential to our ability to stay disciplined. If you want to learn more, there's a link to our video on the topic below. Pushing a boulder up a mountain is a hard enough task on its own, and it's made more difficult by every rock, ditch, and piece of debris that you have to push your boulder over. Removing these obstacles before making your way up will make the experience much more bearable and easier to continue. If you struggle to do this by yourself, it can help to enlist support. When you have a friend, colleague, or family member who share the same goal and embark on the same journey as you, their presence alone can help you stay disciplined. When you commit to each other about your workout times, meeting once a week to learn a new language, or taking turns to cook every other day to be healthier, we are no longer just accountable to ourselves, but to whoever else is involved as well. While you can argue that it's possible to ditch that spin class every now and then, overall, the fact that you've promised to attend with your friend will pull you back and increase the chances of you continuing. Now, these are the things that have worked for me, and you might have other tips on how you stay disciplined. We'd love to hear it in the comment section below. If you found this useful, hit the like and subscribe button for more videos. We really appreciate your support. Also, follow us on our social media and visit our website at thetopessentials.com for more tips on how to live your best life. See you soon.